I think RTI here at the Madison Middle School shows the great care and love that our administrators have for our young people, that they've gone to all of the work to create a time slot of about 45 to 50 minutes where we can work on one-on-one with the students who need help. As a teacher of RTI reading, I've seen great success. I started the year off with a saying from Mr. Shirley: greatness relies on work, which means grow. And we talk about that all the time in RTI, that if we're willing to work hard, we can achieve anything that we want to do. And amazingly enough, it's worked. The kids are excited to come to RTI, and I've had parents at parent-teacher conference that have said that the kids don't want to get out of RTI, that they love being in here, that they feel happy about the accomplishments that they're making.
We started out by gathering a lot of information on the students and looking at their grades and a couple little screener things that we did. Then we brought all that information to our CAT meeting and found out that between all of us teachers we were seeing the same problems. So the CAT meeting really helped.
The thing that I like best about RTI is that I can meet the needs of children in a very small group setting, and specific needs are met because I can know what their needs are and meet them individually. So we have children in math who have trouble with number sense and place value and multiplication facts, and we can break those down individually and help those students to learn what they need to learn best. And that's why I love RTI.
But I love the RTI program that we have. It gives teachers a chance to work one-on-one with students. We are able to target specific needs that they need, and we're able to move them if they don't need the help anymore after we've figured out where their holes are and stuff. We're able to move them back out into the regular classroom again. So I like how fluid it is and how we're able to assess every single day with those kids in the RTI. I know exactly where their holes are. I know exactly where their problems are. I do math, and so math is really easy for me to do the RTI with because I can see the holes in their day-to-day assignments. We are right now working as math teachers here to target even more specifically, and I'm even more excited for next year's RTI.
And at first I was leery about even teaching this program because I hadn't done it, because I wasn't sure of the outcome and if it was really worth it for us to pull children from social studies. But after doing it for 4 or 5 months, I am amazed at how good it is. I'm amazed at how wonderful these students have done. Just an example of that, it's in our program, what we do is we start out the day with a fluency test, and then we do a 20-minute class with all 10 of the students on things that we're doing in our team that they are weak in. So I will pick up language ideas, I will pick up reading ideas, and we'll do things like compare and contrast, cause and effect, multisyllabic words, whatever is needed that week in the reading. And I get that information from the reading teacher. She keeps a log of things that the children are low in. And then what we do after that 20 minutes is we divide up into groups, and we do Read Naturally, Wilson, and write-in readers. We do all kinds of things. Reader theaters, spelling sort. We even incorporate spelling into it.
Since RTI started this year, I've seen a huge increase in the students' reading skills. I had one student start the year at 95 words per minute, and they are now reading 125 words. As to the students' responses to RTI, they seem to really enjoy it. They like coming and knowing that they can get the one-on-one help that they need to improve their scores and not feel embarrassed in class when they have a question.
I love the RTI because it's a smaller group that I can, focus on the kids that really need the focus. In particular, it helps me target what areas they're missing in math, and then I'm able to address it. So very quickly, we've had a couple of success stories. I've already exited out about 3 or 4 kids this year that once they got a little help with something like math facts or division, then they were able to move past that and return to the regular classroom.
I like RTI for reading because we've been able to bring kids into RTI and target the skills that they're struggling in and get them the correct interventions that they need in a small group setting. And, we've watched kids be able to make a lot of growth and even just be more successful in the regular classroom. So it's been a good thing.
The thing that I think is so great about RTI is you get the opportunity to work with smaller groups of students, and that really helps you so that you can see what errors they're actually making. It seems like when we're in a large class with 30 students, I don't always get the time to walk around. I do walk around, but don't always see what every student is doing for every problem. So I love RTI so that I can go and help each student and see what errors they're making, and we're able to correct those.
And I like to always do a pre-teach or a reteach every day, and once a week we go over their spelling words. And I have taken shaving cream and given each of the kids shaving cream, and they put it on their desk, and they write those words in the shaving cream. And by just being able to have that one-on-one time with the students and helping them with those spelling words, I had one student one week, miss 18, 19 words every week, and then because he is able to write with those words and shaving cream on the desk, the next week he only missed 5. And he was so thrilled with the improvement that he made with the spelling words that it was great.
I teach the RTI math, and one of the reasons I love the RTI is I love working one-on-one with the students and being able to pull out those kids who have some holes, or get to actually work with them and find their mistakes, help them find out what they're doing wrong. And I love it when I get the aha moments where they finally get it and they finally feel some success that maybe they don't get so much in the regular classroom. And I love to see their confidence get built up when they know that they can do math, and then they come into the class a little more excited the next day because they know that they can do it.
And then we tried some different interventions. If we saw that their maybe spelling was having problems, comprehension, we were able to find out some things with all the teachers where they needed help. So we've been trying to use that intervention with them. And it's amazing that I think finding those interventions specifically to help those students, we've been seeing individual success. And I think what I did before was I tried to improve like a whole group together, like one topic all together. And I was losing a lot of kids. So I found out with these smaller RTI classes that I can help one person with comprehension. Someone else might need help with decoding, spelling. And we're slowly graduating them, is what they say, intervention.
I have found many benefits from teaching RTI, but the biggest aha moment is when I'm able to pre-teach a grammar concept and they get to go to the language arts classes, which I don't get to see them in, but then the teachers come back to me and say, so-and-so knew exactly what we were talking about today, and they felt so confident and successful because they could share several examples that they had already heard from the day before from me. And then all of a sudden they're in a good mood because they've experienced success. And I think that is part of RTI, and that's why it's important to keep a program like this in place.
One of the things that I have seen that has been beneficial in my RTI class is reteaching lessons that I've taught that day, helping students understand those concepts, letting them come up to the board and teach one another. Some of the things that I have also seen that are helpful is going over the daily homework with them so they don't have those questions that they go home and do and they can't figure out. RTI isn't something that happens and instantly they have an A in the class. It's something that it takes time, and sometimes it's hard for students to realize that they can't snap their fingers and all of a sudden all of their troubles go away. But it is helpful to see them just one step at a time. I have a student that doesn't think he's very smart in math or any other subject, and if I can just show him that he's good at one thing, he's so excited to just hear that positive praise, and it's good for me to see that we are making small things to help students succeed.
And seeing how many words they recorrect in a minute. And like even from the beginning of the week to the end of the week, or watching how their progress is over time. And I just wanted to show you this. Our aide actually helps with this. And we're able to just see so much improvement. And it doesn't take much time, but I think the opportunity we have been given as teachers to identify the students, kind of make an individual plan for them, and just help their needs, and we're seeing lots of success.
At the beginning of the year, I had one student whose reading words per minute was around 98. And then we test every other week on the Dibbles testing. He went from 98 to 104, up to 116, 121, and now he's around 130 words, which is right where he needs to be for 5th grade.
I like RTI because you have just that set time where you can work one-on-one with the kids and help improve their reading skills, their spelling, and help them feel successful in the class.
Is we start off working with fact practice. We do fact practicing every single day. And then we do some mental math, helping kids think things through rather than just completely on paper. And then I divide my kids up into groups, and I have an aide, and they usually play a math game with the aide, and I do some one-on-one teaching in the other group. And the kids say the time flies. I've got kids who are not in RTI who are begging to come to RTI. They think it's great. So I think the RTI program is beneficial 100%. I think it's one of the reasons I came to the middle school.
We've seen great success in all areas, but especially fluency. We're working very hard on that. And of course, another one that I'm really proud of is a center that we do called SIPS Challenge, which is taking a look at multisyllabic words and learning how to decode them. And for these little pumpkins, that's hard. And they're doing so well at that.
So we took him and put him through the Wilson program, and that little boy has gone from night and day. He has just become he participates in class, which before he wouldn't ever participate. He knows the answers. He feels confident about what he's doing. His reading fluency has skyrocketed. And he's just one of many. I mean, every one of those children in there. In my science class, which I teach all of the 90, those are the children who are starting to climb faster than anyone else in all the classes. Their skills in reading have just run over into every subject matter. And I just can't tell you how excited and how good I feel about RTI.
I think the thing that makes me the happiest is that when I hear Mrs. Lauritsen, Mrs. Truman say that when the kids come back from reading RTI, they're so happy. And to me, that's the greatest motivation for having them continue to do this, because they're happy because they're feeling success.